Old Groaner. James was feeling sorry for himself. I'm getting old, he grumbled. I can't get about like I used to. It's all right for you younger ones, but my wheels are getting stiff. Edward, Gordon, and Henry had all been on the Fat Controller's railway longer than James, but they didn't say so. At last, Henry tired of James's complaints. Poor old Groaner, he said. It's no use you just sitting there moaning. Why don't you tell the Fat Controller that you're past it? But James didn't like the idea. Not all old engines, so he had heard, were preserved. Some, they said, were sold for scrap. James shuddered. They decided not to take a chance with it. The night goods left the big station at midnight. Usually one of the Fat Controller's diesel engines pulled it, but one was away and the other was being mended. James had to take it instead, and he grumbled like anything. All this extra shunting, he snorted indignantly. 2 days later an inspector came to the shed. People lived near the yard are complaining, he said. They say there's a sort of groaning noise which keeps them awake. I don't remember hearing anything, said James's driver. We were there until midnight. That's right, agreed the inspector. That's when they say it stopped. It's probably only James, moaning and groaning about extra shunting, suggested Henry. Oh, shut up, retorted James. If you had to shunt at night, you'd moan and groan louder than everybody. That night, James's driver and fireman listened carefully. It is you, James, they said at last. Your brake blocks aren't holding your wheels properly, and when they rub against each other, they make a groaning sound. The Fat Controller acted at once. I cannot have complaints about my railway, he ordered. Tell Donald and Douglas to take turns with the midnight goods until the diesels come back. James must have his brakes seen to at once. James was pleased not to have to pull the night train, but his nickname of Old Groaner stuck for several weeks afterwards. He even began to feel that it might have been better to be doing the shunting.